Stephen A., how do you feel about the Celtics now after that game last night?
I'm feeling better about them. The reason I'm feeling better about them is that, I know it's just one game. It's certainly a regular season game, but rising to the occasion and performing the way that they do. I saw big-time shots from Jason Tatum. I saw Kyrie Irving be a true point guard with those 18, 19 assists and the way that he was setting guys up. I saw perimeter play. I've been looking for that as well. And I think that obviously the Boston Celtics are very, very formidable on their home court. And Kyrie Irving is just a showman. He's the closest thing in the league to the Mamba mentality, as they say. He's a mirror image of Kobe in a lot of respects, and which is why Kobe is one of those individuals who mentors him. Kyrie's been reaching out to him for years.
Yeah.
And so I look at it from that perspective, and I would have to say that, all right, I'm glad that I've stayed on the bandwagon. I'm still hopeful about Boston. I love Toronto as well, but I'm still of the mindset that Boston could beat Toronto, and they've done it twice now, albeit both times in Boston.
I'm glad you brought up Kobe Bryant. I mentioned him earlier in the show. There's no one who reminds me more of Kobe, even though they play different positions and Kobe was bigger and all that stuff. No one reminds me the way they think, their kind of persona in the league, more than Kyrie Irving.
Communicate to some degree, yeah.
And no question. And as Kobe tried to take some things from Jordan, you could tell, and you could see Kyrie taking some things from Kobe. But Kobe and Kyrie really, you can see the ego is such that they believe they're the best. Kyrie thinks he's the best player in the world. He believes he might
You think so?
Yep, he might not say that.
I don't get that from him.
I get that 100% from him. Kyrie believes he is the man. And I'll say this about him. I don't think he's the best player in the world, but he's the most entertaining player in the world. And there's something about Kyrie, like Kobe. The reason the metrics don't support Kobe as a top 5 or 10, maybe even all-star, all-time player, I'd have him at the lower end of the top 10 all-time, any position.
Yeah.
But he has a legion of fans who swear he's the greatest of all time. Because when your eyes were on Kobe, you were seeing something that affected you emotionally differently. Kyrie is that kind of player. He can score. He can shoot the lights out. He takes big shots. He finishes in the paint like no one. He has the greatest handles of all time. And last night, he was a 5-star player going up against Kawhi Leonard's Raptors. The best player on the floor, either team, was Kawhi Leonard. The answer is yes. You have to be feeling more bullish about the Celtics today.
Max Kellerman, something happened last night, and I didn't want to bring it up at the beginning of the show. I wanted to wait until now to let you know this because you'll be very interested in what I'm about to say. So I get a text from an unnamed source. I won't tell you who it is. And it said, wow, about Kyrie with what he had to say about LeBron. He said, wow, I guess it makes it a bit easier for him to come to L.A. now. That was the quote that I received. That was the text message that I received.
That is so good.
And so now we have a situation where I know nothing about this. I haven't asked. I'm just referring to a text I received last night.
I have a feeling I know who it was.
And I will never say who it is. Never.
I think I'm with you.
I will never say who it is, but it says, hey, it's a little bit easier to come to L.A. now. And you have people in the NBA that are now believing if indeed the Boston Celtics loaded with talent, Danny Ainge being the genius that he is as an executive, knowing that he has enough talent not to stick with Kyrie, give him max dollars, how it could be better utilized for other assets, not knowing if you could get Anthony Davis from the Pelicans because you would need them to cooperate in a trade, not knowing if Kawhi Leonard would elect to come to the Lakers and instead go to the Clippers, not knowing if Kevin Durant will elect to come to the Lakers or stay in Golden State or go to the Clippers. All of a sudden, there's another guy that's going to be in the free agent market this summer, and this is going to be Kyrie Irving.
That is
I'm just telling
very
you that's what
interesting. Let me say this about Kyrie to the haters out there. I'm not a Kyrie hater. I know it seemed that way. I was harping on.
No, you did a great job. When we had him on the set, you did a great job asking him what needed to be asked.
And he was being truculent and all that stuff, but that's fine. Kyrie, another way he reminds me of Kobe. The people rooting against him, you all know it. Just like with Kobe when Shaq split and Shaq won his 4th title, you're like, everyone, haha, Kobe, he's not going to win anymore. You knew Kobe wasn't done winning championships. Come hell or high water.
I didn't know that.
I knew Kobe Kobe was not going to finish on 3.
Here's what I mean by that. You remember he came on my radio show and said, I'll go to Pluto before I stay here because they weren't getting him enough talent. That's why I didn't think he was going to win anything until they pulled up that
what I'm saying is I always felt by the time the Kobe Bryant story is written, is done, he will have more than 3 championships. And I'm telling you right now, Kyrie, for all the haters, whatever, and there are things about his game that I don't like. Sometimes he takes off defensively. Some of the stuff he says in the press I don't like.
Doesn't bother me.
But the point is this. He is not done winning championships, and I think everybody knows it. That man, come hell or high water, is going to win more championships.
You called him the most entertaining player in the NBA?
He's the most. Who's more entertaining than Kyrie?
Box office.